Well, isn't that special? Here we are. It says I'm broadcasting. Hopefully, it's on the correct stream. I've been having a great morning, enjoying my coffee. I got Ruby all tuned up and hanging out. Douglas is right there. Hey. Hello, Volusion, Matt. Thank you so much for being here. Oh my goodness. Updating. I gotta check in the background here. I'm updating my Switch. And it's finished. All right. Cool. Now I can take my phone off of. Okay, there we go. I don't know. That was weird. I don't know what just happened. It said, and then after the hiccup was over, it cruised on. See, I've been listening to Dan Anderson all 10 minutes he's been on. Typical stuff. He's jamming. Just cool stuff. You just want something in the background, head over there and take a look. And you could search either Dan Anderson or the Maddest Shredder, or I could just do this. Hey, I could do this. Copy that. And then, is it YouTube having problems today? Here we're going to paste that in there. If you want something good to listen to, he does this every day. You just go hang out. You can lurk. You can talk. You can whatever. He jams. It's fun. Oh, yeah. Anyway, so there's that. What am I doing? Why am I not? What's going on? What's going on? I don't know what's going on. See, I don't know what's going on because I got to make changes. And first, I'm going to start with just a quickie. I'll talk about this in much more depth tomorrow night on the Lame Live. Things at the Lame Live have to change. Format has to change. I got a wake-up call, and I got to start adulting and being realistic about that. So we'll talk about that tomorrow night. The Lame Live starts at 8 o'clock Pacific time. If you want to come and hang out and see what it's all about, I'm going to talk about all the business for that in the first place. But what I want to talk about today, because my eye still has the vitreous detachment thing floating, it hasn't sunk yet. I can't do my close work. Now, I may still do some professional amateurs, just, hey, I'm going to go do this to the car. Today I'm going to my friend's house to hang out with him mostly, but I'm also going to reseal the factory spoiler on the trunk lid of my car. That kind of stuff, big work like that. I may throw my camera up. I'll take the tripod with me, and I may throw my phone in the camera holder and see what happens while we do that, because he can do the cutout for me. He's a machinist, a fabrication machinist, works CNC and blueprints and all that stuff. I'm just an engine machinist, way different levels of machining. Anyway, he's meticulous about the way he cuts things, and so I got some. It's not really gasket material, but anyway, that'll be cut to fit the points of the mounting, and then I've got seam sealer to put in the holes where the mounting hardware goes through so that it can't leak past that. The reason I'm putting the neoprene in there is because over the last 20 years, it's that plastic shrunk up a little bit on the corners. It doesn't really want to lay down perfectly on the deck lid. And rather than sand it down and mess up the finish on the paint, it might start chipping, a whole lot of other stuff. I'd rather just put the gasket stuff in there. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So I might throw that up there, and I'm not going to talk a lot because mostly I'm going to be visiting with him and working on my stuff. But I might do it just to show you all what I'm doing. I got to fix this trunk leak though. It is, now I understand. It is bad. So it's actually missing a center support. Oh, GamPro, thank you very much for coming by. Appreciate that. Been really enjoying the Alan Wake stuff, man. That's really cool. Mike Olson, hello. Welcome, Mike. Welcome. Um, anyway, GamePro, I've really been enjoying that. That's a lot of fun. That's a lot of fun. So I drank that whole cup of coffee. That's 2 whole cups of coffee. I got to make another one now. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Ah, there you go. All right, take care, man. I'll be here for a little bit today. Um, we got Rise of Dark Leela coming up, of course, right after me at was it 11:30 Pacific time, whatever that translates to your area of the world. Should be coming up, and then of course Jade Star right after that. Boy, that woman's been on fire lately too. Just fantastic stuff. Definitely inspired me, and yeah, I'm learning stuff, doing things. No, Mike, I have not found that yet. I still have a lot of stuff back here at the base of my bed from reorganizing the toolboxes and stuff that I haven't finished. So as I clean up all of the clutter in my life over the next few weeks, and I'll probably do some lives with me just cleaning here while I'm talking, and you guys can, watch me go through stuff. I don't know why people like to do that, but this is a cool place to. Oh, there's Jade Star. Good morning, Jade Star. Good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope I find it too, but I look at it as a reminder to me that no matter how long and hard and what I've tried, it can still happen to me, and I need to be mindful of that so that hopefully in the future I can prevent myself from throwing another fit. So if I don't fix it, it's not the end of the world. Like I was telling Marshall, I'm not tripping about the chip. He was telling me if you're not dinging it, you're not playing it enough, and it's true. It's not the chip. I really don't care about the chip. None of my guitars will stay perfect because I use them. It's why. That's what I was talking about. Throwing the fit and tossing the thing across the well across the room, throwing it down on my bed and doing it was a temper tantrum, and it's not a bad thing to be reminded of. But if I find the peace as I clean up the clutter in my life and my brain, I will glue it back on there, and it'll still be a reminder because it's not going to be a perfect repair. It's a relatively clean break, but until I see the other piece, I don't really know for sure. But I do appreciate it. So the reveal. Let's get on to that. Let's get on to the reveal about confessions, because let's face it, that's why we're really here. We want to find out what all them dumb shorts and all that cryptic crap was about. Confessions is a discussion and presentation and subsequent discussion of my past as an abusive husband and father. Um, I'll touch on this a lot more in in the confessions show itself, but uh, things happened, events came to be, and my life was changed in a very unique and cool way for the better. So I haven't always been the wonderful, lovely, happy person you see today. I was an absolute fucking jerk. And I hid it from the public very well. Through most of this time, I was a member of a local church, very well respected within the congregation, ran the sound, participated in choir, uh, I did all the pastor's video work for his clips and cuts, and yeah, nobody knew. Um, so we're gonna talk about what I did and things that happened, and I didn't know why back then when I made the decisions I made and I did the thing, I saved stuff. Now, I do save some stuff, but normally papers and things like that, not something I save. This is a Mead Trapper Keeper, 5-star Trapper Keeper. And for a year, let me put that, get stuff falling out of place. For a year, I used this book almost daily. And I kept all of my materials, thoughts, notes, things like that from my counseling in here. This also contains my letter of accountability, my police report. Yeah, there was police reports involved, court time, things like that. We're going to talk about all of that. Hey, Mr. Smith, welcome, my friend. Hugh, I don't know if I said hello to you. I did see you out there. Hello, welcome. I know this is an odd time, but it's all because of the whole stupid daylight savings. That's it is what it is. But that will, the first show of Confessions will air on November 14th at 9 p.m. Pacific, whatever that translates to your time. And of course, it's going to stay up. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I don't know what kind of backlash I'm going to hear from this, from not just from the community and people that have known me here for a while, but also backlash from YouTube. I'm going to talk about stuff straight up. We're going to be talking about all kinds of abuse, situations that happened, incidents that are real. All of them are me. All of them are my responsibility. And all of them, in context, are only related to me and not my victims. My victims primarily were my children, my son and my daughter, and my ex-wife. And like I said, I'll get into what I did and all those details in the actual program. Gary, welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you, Gary. Always happy to see my Canuck friend up there. Man, I love your Saturday. The Saturday Homewrecker. If you haven't seen it, my friends, you need to get on Gary's channel. The dude goes out in that cold Canadian, well, I'm just going to call it Northwest Canadian because it's still the Northwest area of this part of the North American continent. So, and he just gets out there in the cold in the parking lot and and jams. Brings his bass or his guitar, and it's awesome fun. Awesome fun. Mr. Smith is going to be having a new show coming out. Holy crap. I'm going to get myself on a rabbit hole because there's so many cool people here. He'll be live streaming again. He's been making a few appearances here and there. And they're all worth catching if you want to go back and check them out. So, now let me get back on track. I don't know what the backlash is going to be from this show. I won't be making a lot of obvious jokes, goofing around, being, clown that I am on my other shows when I'm doing a professional amateur, I'm doing a lame live. It'll be a serious side of me. There's probably going to be times when I'll have to stop and just collect my thoughts, and a lot of this is very, very difficult for me to remember because I don't just remember it. I relive it. And that's okay. That's okay. I don't deny this as part of my therapy. It's part of my toolbox. It's not me punishing myself, although I did that for a while too. Boy, oh boy. This is hard to talk about because frankly I'm afraid. I love and respect all of you so much, and everyone else in the community, whether you're in this today or not, or you just watching a replay or heard about it from a friend of a friend of a friend. I don't care. I love and respect you all. But you need to know this. I'm hoping that doing this will allow someone else somewhere to know not how to fix. It's just, well, it's not advice. I'm not a professional counselor. All the legal disclaimer stuff that I can't think of right now. I'm just a guy that found a path, and I made some positive changes in my life a long time ago, but those positive changes continue. So I'm afraid to share all of that stuff from back in the day with you. Terrifies me. Part of why I lost my shit yesterday. But I'm going to talk about abuse as abuse, and I'm going to talk about any kind of an assault as an assault. And I'm going to talk about this. Going to be, don't bring the kids around. This is stuff they don't necessarily need to hear. My goal is not to shock. My goal is to open discussion and get this out into the light where it can be seen and understood. Because if it stays where it is, where people stuff it away in the dark corners of their minds and lives, it's just going to fester, and it's just going to continue to get worse. And I'm at a point to where I don't want to watch that happen anymore. I'm going to be part of the solution and not part of the problem. And this is my first attempt at being part of the solution. And that is to be open and honest about my past, about what's happened in my life, about changes I made, things that I did, and demonstrating that it can be done. Are you going to be perfect? Nobody's perfect. We're all fucked up. The lovely Jade Star says it all the time. That we just... we're just a collection of broken people that still somehow manage to do stuff anyway. Some of us are more broken than others, and we're all broken differently. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Gampro. Thank you. That is also something that will be said many times during my confession show. And I'm going to call it our confession show. My goal is to eventually, if things don't, if I don't go to jail for, some kind of libel or whatever, and the channel doesn't get shut down for this, I'd like to eventually open it for panel, for people to come on, talk about their thoughts, their feelings. It will never be a space to argue. It'll never be a space to talk negatively. And when I'm talking about my abuse, you'll notice that I never say somebody else did or it was this. I might talk about a circumstance that happened, but all that circumstance means is that that circumstance happened. The abuse and everything around it, 100% my fault. Doesn't matter what offense I imagined or made up, or even if it was legit, doesn't give me the right or free reign to abuse anyone. Oh. Volusion, I encourage you, if you can, like I said, this is really just the announcement of the show. If you cannot be there, you cannot be there. It's going to say right at the very beginning of every show, if you feel triggered or unsafe, please leave for your own safety. I'm not telling you you can't be here. I will never tell anyone they can't be here or be at that show. But I am going to remind people that you are in charge of what you intake into your brain to digest and think about, and how much you can handle without negative effects. And if it gets to a negative, please don't be there, because that's not the point of this. A very good friend of mine, who will have a show with me upcoming in the future when our lives have settled, Lady Rodeline Straight, you all know her. She is also a victim of abuse. Her and I are going to have a show we have done a lot of preliminary work on together, called Unlikely Friends, because her and I are like family, and we are very unlikely friends. And all of that is related to what I'm going to talk about, but it's not part of what I'm doing. It's a completely different element of it that is on hold and being worked on in the background until we've got things sorted out and her life and my life are in the place to be able to give it what it does. And yeah, Rhodey, I believe you're correct in that. Gary, truer words cannot be spoken. We all have that internal negativity, and I am going to attempt to keep this show, Confessions, as positive as I possibly can. I don't want people to have hurt feelings or intense feelings, but I just want them to know that there's hope. If you're abused or an abuser, there's hope. Things can change. I'm so fortunate in so many ways for the events that happened the way they happened in my life. And no, that does not mean I am happy that I abused my family. I'm just not. So, yeah, we all have to be careful. Thank you. Delusion. See, I'm already getting emotional. This is real to me. Um, Thank you. That felt like, and you'll know what I mean. If others don't, you will. That felt like an amends, a real one. Thank you. For an abuser, that's a big deal. Those aren't free. Um, Something I think should be required. I'm going to say this right now just because it's the moment for it. Something I think should be required worldwide in every school from middle school up should be the participation, just sitting in, of everyone on a victims panel. One victims panel. With parental permission and all of the things, of course. Yes, because they are minor children. I think that would be eye opening for. I think that would be life changing for many people. Let's just put it that way. Not get too far into that subject. Um, Brad, thank you. Hello. Hello. Great to see you. Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here. Um, so, anyway, I'm hoping that this can be a positive experience for everyone. That's going to be the attempt, but it's uncharted territory. I'm not a professional anything. I have no fucking idea what I'm doing other than trying to share my life and experiences to show that someone else might be able to change their own circumstance. So we'll see how that all goes. Um, not sad tears, folks. Not sad tears. Just real ones. And I'm one of those boobs that I don't know how singers like Jade. I don't know how you do it, girl. I don't know how you sing when you cry, when that emotion overcomes you, because as you could clearly hear, I have trouble just speaking. Um, hey, set up by Marshall. Hello, brother. I need a minute just to breathe. Thank you. Thank you, Brad. And that's all ever need be said. And that's all participation that ever need be done. Um, if that's right. There will never be any judgment here. And really, the only things that can get you banned from the chat or the channel when confession starts is trying to ask for advice in the chat or bringing any kind of dissent or hate into the chat. That's just an instant ban. You're done. I won't have I have zero tolerance for it. It's not that space. It's not the time. Comments for the video After publication, after the live is over, comments will be closed. If you want to have a comment in the video, you will have to be a subscriber to the channel for 1 minute, and you'll have to participate as an adult in the chat to be part of the discussion. I don't want it to be a dumping ground for people's hurt feelings that are legitimate, or a war zone for people who have an axe to grind, legitimately or not. That's not what this is for. It's not what it's about. I've never seen red fingernail polish ever in my life. I've never had fingernail polish on my fingernails, so I wouldn't know anything about that. Marshall, you're here. I'm kind of recovering from that minute. Villusion, thank you. Brad, thank you. Gary, thank you. You have all already shared things here that have come to light, and I applaud your bravery. Gampro, your thoughts as well. Mistakes make you better. Damn it. Smith, thank you. So, anyway, Marshall, thank you for mentioning the intonation or out of tune issue with Douglas. I hadn't noticed it. So, yeah, gonna need to be some bridge adjustment. It's okay when I'm playing in the lower registers, but above the 12th fret, it's out quite a bit, and it's out differently as you go. I probably bumped it or used it enough that it's shifted. It's time to just go through that, but the Ibby's getting done before that, so it's just going to get played like it is for now. Not a professional player. Nobody needs to give a shit about my intonation except for you. But thank you for mentioning it. If anybody ever has an issue with my sound or my guitars or anything I'm playing, please say something. Please say something. I love Roadie Space. The Jam Cave is so wonderful. The Jam Cave is so wonderful. What time is it? I don't want to... Yeah, about a half an hour of prattering. I'm happy to be here. My life is in a good place. I'm better than I've been in 30 years or more. And this community is part of that reason. And I want to give back, not just to this community, but to everybody. So we're going to try something different. I'm terrified. I don't know what's going to happen. I didn't check into legalities. I will kowtow if they tell me I can't do it. I will, because I don't want to lose my channel. That's tomorrow's business for the lame live, for the changes. But I'm not going to get into that today. But that'll be another serious conversation at the beginning of the show. Before we get into the raucous fun and joyousness that is ours. Everything will still remain the same as far as that goes. That's not going to change once I get these new not policies, format. When I get this new format worked out and we make the changes that need to be made. Clay, welcome. Good to see you here. Thank you for coming by. So yeah, come if you can to the first show, Confessions. Confessions number 1 on November 14th at 9 p.m. if you have the time and the willingness to be there. All the things I said previously apply. If it's too intense, if you can't do it, please don't stay. You're welcome to be there. Everyone is welcome to be there and participate or not. I'll discuss things as people talk in chat, but unlike my normal shows where I'm talking to you guys saying things and responding directly to the chat, I'll be glancing at it and just letting it roll by, because mostly, especially now, I'm going to be setting a stage and telling a story, and it's a big story. Um, if you have questions about things as we go through on Confessions, and I'm talking about my story, you can question in the chat. You can put a question in there, and if it's a reasonable question about the thing, and it's not a, you know, some kind of a powder keg of triggering people's emotions, I'll stop and answer questions along the way. So, Robbie, I love you, brother. Thank you, Gampro. Appreciate that. These shows are going to be relatively short, 30 to 40 minutes, maybe an hour if I have to get there, but I don't want them to be marathons. They're going to be intense, and they're going to be difficult sometimes for everyone involved. So I want to keep them fairly short. The plan is about 30 minutes, so I won't have a lot of time to talk about things, but I will answer questions directly, verbally to the chat that I can, and am willing to open up the floor for. But like I said, the comments for the actual stream afterwards are closed. I'm just not going to go there. It scares me. Take care, Marshall. Have a good one, brother. Thanks for stopping by. Look at all those people out here talking and telling each other they love them, and thank you all for being here and doing that. That's why I love doing this. That's why I like going live. That's why you don't see a lot of pre-recorded stuff from me, because I'm about the live. I'm about the thing. Even in my playing, I'm about improv. I'm about just listening to something, seeing if I can figure out what I want to do with it. I found a really unusual one for me. Here, matter of fact, let's take a break and do this, because we still got a little time. Leela's coming up at 11:30 Pacific, whatever that relates to, about an hour from now. For you, let me go over here, bring that up. Uno momento, por favor. There will be noises and grunting. Oh, you're such a pig. This chip didn't make her any lighter. She's still a pig. Heaviest Strat I have ever touched. It's heavier, or as heavy as the Epsiphone, sorry. That is for sale if you're interested. Asking $350 or best offer plus shipping, of course. And if you can get deals on shipping, you're more than welcome to set up your own shipping. I will make money on shipping. So that's plugged in and that's undone. And then if I go over to here and I click on this button right there, and then let's see, I had a thing. There was a thing. There we go. I don't know what's the right configuration for Ruby right now. I'm probably going to get my headphone cord stuck in the locking strap, or the strap lock. Anyway. I think she's kind of still in tune. Let's take a peek. Tuned her up earlier, but she's been sitting a minute. Sorry, that wasn't muted. Oops. Alright, well that wasn't intentional. Anyway, let me get back over here and do this. Let that play for a minute. I don't know how well I'm going to play on this. I'm only listening to it once, but it's pretty cool. Definitely not what I normally listen to or try and play to, but it's cool. you know, whoa, weird. That was 2 minutes and 22 seconds of slow dark blues rock in E minor from MJ's Backing Tracks and Studio. Liked and subscribed. It's pretty good stuff in here. I'm going to throw the link up there just because I used this stuff. Copy and paste. Hey, Doc, welcome. Welcome. Let's see here. Paste that up in there. All right, let's see there. Preston Smith's music walked in the door. Check it out. There he is. Man, oh man, oh man. Take care. Oh, let me see here. Nice, nice. So anyway, it's Ruby's still working. She's a relatively good guitar, even though I abused her. So, so that's the link to the track I was playing. But of course, you know, your mileage may vary, but that'll get you to his channel. You all know how to do that. Oh my goodness. So yeah, Ruby still works. She's no worse for wear. My pride's hurt a little bit, and I got a good reminder lesson for myself. So that part's pretty cool. So when Confessions show starts on the 14th, I hope you'll all be there. I really need to make some more coffee. For those that can't, it's fine. For those that can, thank you. And if you know someone that might be interested in the subject matter, or just watching a 59-year-old dude melt down sometimes, yeah, share it out. But do so with discretion. I don't care if it gets shared out. I don't care about that. I don't want kids creating fake accounts and coming in and getting triggered and things from stuff that may be going on in their lives. So if it is a bigger problem, this may become a members only private stream. I'm playing it by ear right now. So well, you know, it's the 14th is Tuesday night. It's going to be a Tuesday night show for me. And I'm trying to I'm glad I waited before I set the time, because man, if you don't know, you've been living under a rock. Doc Danger and Conspiracy Music are doing a show again. Now, it's only going to be once a month right now, but I am so excited. Clay's going to bring stuff from here, the community, the stuff that you guys and with whatever make, and Doc's going to bring his new rock, because he's, wow, I love Doc. I always have. And it kind of relates a little bit, so I'm going to say this. Clay is out there. I want to say how proud I am to be a member of this community. And Doc Danger and Conspiracy Music exemplify one of the reasons why. Because mistakes were made, differences were had, but people took a minute, reset, and came back together, stronger and better than before. I applaud you, gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you for your bravery, for your willingness to be adults, for your everything. Couldn't be happier and more proud to be a part of this community because of things like that. There's just nothing better. So that's going to be coming up at 8 p.m. Eastern time on the 14th. So well before mine. My show will be at 5 o'clock Eastern time, right? No, 6 o'clock Eastern time. So 2 hours before their show, so I'm not going to interfere with it. But Sell them all, get one good one. Yeah, if I had to get rid of all mine, Ruby would be the keeper. Um, Ruby would be the keeper. And I love all of my cheap guitars. And Ruby's not even a super expensive guitar. I mean, in the land of Fenders and custom Fenders at that, she's $1,500 guitar. So in the larger scheme of things, not an expensive guitar. There's plenty more out there that are much, much more money. Deservedly so, and sometimes not. But yeah, it still would be my favorite guitar, even though she's a chunk. And trimming her horn didn't help at all. Well, I think there's more than one out there that would differ upon that opinion, Mr. Preston Smith. uh, yeah, I need to make coffee too. Yeah, it's sad to see things like that. You guys bring plenty of joy to folks. Plenty of joy. But you got to do what you got to do for you. If stuff ain't there, so. Yeah, I mean, this is nothing special. It's a modern guitar. It's an '09 Strat Deluxe C neck. I think it's a 12-inch radius, jumbo stainless frets, uh, tusk or bone nut. I don't remember now. It's too many things ago. And an upgraded set of electronics with the tone switch, which is fun to play with, but I kind of wish it was a single coil. But I've heard a rumor that that could be done fairly easily. Future project. Spoiler alert. And the pots, all the pickups are area. What the fuck? Area 58 or 61 or something. How can you quit your basement? So yeah, this would be a good student model. I would highly recommend it. I got a smoking deal on it. It was like brand new when I got it. I don't think there was a scratch on it. There's plenty of them on there now, as we all know. So yeah, I don't know. 84 music still exists for me in 84, definitely. I was young then, what? I was 20. Yeah, I was about 20 years old in 84. I was 20 years old in 84. But and I agree with that, Doc. I'm going to start a cup of coffee here. I'm only going to be here for a few more minutes. I'm probably going to knock us off here in about 15, so just visit amongst yourselves for a moment. Enjoy looking at my cluttered mind, and I will be right back. You're going to hear a lot of coffee making Keurig type sounds. Because that's a thing. Have I told you lately that I love you? Because I do. You are all amazing people that do amazing things and have amazing positive influences on others' lives. Not a single person in my chat right now that I can't say that is not true for. And examples of all of your wonderful work is all over YouTube. Yes, there is the sound of the nectar of the gods being pumped. Yes, pumped into the internal reservoir of the Keurig. As we speak, it's finishing. It's just now finishing that lovely pump. The pump. You can hear that pump ending now. It's no longer being pumped. It has been pumped. The pumping is finished. Yes, the Keurig pumping is finished. And now it's getting hot, baby. Oh yeah, that water in the reservoir, it's getting all hot. And the longer it's in there, the hotter it gets. It's gonna get up almost to boiling. It's gonna happen. It's gonna hit 180 degrees of coffee brewing perfection. This says Keurig because I've never tested the temperature to see if that's true. Um, and then when it has reached the perfect optimum temperature of 180 degrees, it will then be pumped again, pumped out of the reservoir. Yes, yes, pumped out of the reservoir and pumped in to the, yeah, pumped in to the cup, the receptacle, if you will, the magical orifice which delivers said perfectly brewed coffee. Oh, the pump. Yes, it's coming. It's coming. It's getting ready. It's almost done. There's the end of the heat cycle. You can hear it's almost boiling. You hear it? Yeah. Oh, and then the pumping. Yeah, and then the nectar comes out and goes into the orifice. Oh, that is the sound of satisfaction, folks. That is the sound of satisfaction. And you are listening to the sounds of a man that loves coffee. Loved coffee since I was 8 years old, and it's just amazing. It is probably one of the most amazing things I've ever heard. You can still hear that the pumping of the nectar is still happening, and the nectar is still being viciously pumped into the orifice of the receptacle. Wow, it's nearly finished. You can hear it. It's ending. Oh, it's oh oh oh. That's so much better. Yeah. Oh yeah. Wash that spoon, baby. Now the spoon is spotless and clean. Oh. Oh, not many, Doc, but they're out there. They're out there. So I hope you have all enjoyed this this episode of Coffee Brewing ASMR with Pink Keurig. No, it's Gray Keurig. Pink Keurig died. Gray Keurig and TheFalcro. And cheers from the Santa cup. The orifice will now deliver the nectar to my mouth. Oh. Sorry if that triggered somebody, but it is for me. It's besides my pot, it's the only drug I have left. Well, other than medications that the pharmaceuticals that I shoved down in there too. It is. It is. It makes me happy. I love nectar of the gods. So I got this thing. I'm gonna ask a stupid question because we're all just sitting here hanging out. 10 of you have probably left by now of the 5 that were here originally. So I got this really cool tin. One of my I can't remember if it was one of my cartridges or if it was some flour. I think it was flour. I don't know because I took the label off because I like the look of the can. It's neat. Well, it says right up here, because I believe it's the brand, the Smoky Flower Distillates. And come on, do it. Do it. I want to make the camera work. Oh, there. All right. Smoky Flower. Thank you. So I use this as a cap on the bong. As you can see, it's it's a little resin in there. I wipe it out every so often. But anyway, when I take a rip and I'm not pulling it all through. I put that so it'll help put it out, and I can clear the chamber. So I use this all the time. But I don't use this very much because it's a tin can. It's really cool. The question. Yes, true. Um, this can I? Will a square, rounded corner thing work as a slide to play around with? Would that happen? DOA, thank you for stopping by. Catch the replay when you can. It might be worth your time to watch it. Good to see you. Thank you for coming by and hanging out, bro. Definitely good to see you here. Always a pleasure. And I know I wasn't looking at you here, but I was looking at you there. So, I'll have to play around with that. We'll do that maybe tomorrow night when I'm playing. We'll experiment with that. Yeah, I'm gonna experiment before tomorrow night because now I'm really curious that Preston said that. So, yeah, we're gonna do that. Billy's in here. My goodness. I didn't see you come in, Billy. Welcome, Mr. Back from Doing Time. Fantastic to see you here. Man, all the cool kids. Yeah, boy. I would like to be able to learn how to slap back the feed like Robbie does it. That's kind of cool. It would be fun to play around and make that noise and that sound. But the reality of my life is I can't. Unless I win the lottery and get my own place out in the middle of the woods, which is exactly what I will do. I gotta use the headphones. Digital works for me. So we can wait. Hugh, all right. Wait, what's hold up. You better be all right. Hugh is not allowed to not be all right. Ah, that's no good. Sorry you're sick, Billy. Get better fast. Get better fast. Okay, he was good. All right, that's fine. I don't know why I missed the whole thing of whatever happened, but I'm glad that everybody's okay. Billy, you gotta get no sick. No sick. You'll get better. You'll get better. I did the cross. I meant to do X. X. No sick. Not the cross. The don't be sick. The don't. Yeah. Oh, that's awful. I'm glad you're better today. I had a week last week. Still recovering in some ways, but last week was a rough stomach week. And I'll just leave it at that because that's probably enough. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here and I'm going to start getting ready. I'll be lurking in Leela's today because I'll be traveling to my friend's house to hang out and hopefully reseal the spoiler on my trunk. And like I said, I'm going to take the tripod and the phone holder. I might throw it up while we're doing it. Just if somebody wanted to see what I'm breaking. Not going to be an official amateur show, but it'll kind of take the place of it. But that won't be until later today because I'm going to go and visit and stuff. That'll be 3 or 4 hours from now. And hopefully it doesn't step on anybody's toes, but Really, I don't care. I gotta go live when I go live. I can't. There's too many good shows out there, and you gotta participate in what you can participate in. And so either some of you need to have shittier shows, or play your music terribly. I don't know. None of you do this, but it would sure make it easier to not have to watch so much YouTube on replay. Oh yeah, the here I know what it was. Hold on, hang on. I bet I know what it. Yep, it was. I forgot to mute the guitar track. Thank you very much. Um, when I touch the open, yeah, yeah, it does that sound, and yeah. So thank you very much, Preston. Appreciate that. I thought I had muted it the first time you said I heard the buzz, but well, it's not stepping on the cable. It's my foot because I use. It's difficult to explain, but I use my suitcase, my go case, as a footstool while I'm sitting at my desk, so I can just kick back like this. Well, I also take the end of my guitar cable after I've unplugged it from the gitter and shove it under the handle because it's a plastic zipper, so it doesn't affect. There's no the continuity is not there. So when I touch it with my foot, though, the continuity's there. And when I forget to mute the track, we hear that buzz. It's pretty consistent because it does it every fucking time. So I hit the guitar on my lap. Whack, whack. I don't have the guitar on my laps right now. And I say that because I have more than one. It's just very small. The first one is tiny. And then the second one's slightly bigger. And then my knees. So, yep. I just forget to mute the track because most of the time it's just me. And I know what I'm doing. It's just a good habit to get into, muting that track for just such an emergency as today. Anyway, I'm gonna let you guys get out of here. We're at 11 o'clock. I love you all very, very much, and thank you for listening to me pratter on for an hour. I hope to see you all on the 14th. I will see many of you tomorrow night, and I'm looking forward to the fun. Oh, yeah. Could have been that. Take care, everybody. If you didn't catch the beginning or you want to know more, just go back. You can always email me with questions. And peace out. That's all I got. I don't have any special ending for today. I'm just gonna click the stop streaming button, and well, it'll stop when it stops. Probably when I'm doing something like that, or I don't know. I love some of the faces I have at the end of my streams. Anyway,